In the United States alone, more than 100,000 people are waiting for a life-saving, life-changing kidney transplant.
There are so many stories to be told, but 9 News anchor Tanya O'Rourke wanted to bring you James Trent's story, and she joins us now. Tanya?
That's right, Carol and Clyde. James Trent lives in Maineville with his wife and dog. They are young and in love, but they aren't normal. Like so many other people in kidney failure, James and Betsy Trent are waiting and hoping to live a normal life.
Yeah, Laura, it's James at Holland.
5 days a week, James Trent goes to work at USF Holland Trucking in Tri-County. And 5 days a week, James comes home and begins his second job, staying alive through dialysis.
Pretty much the filter and all the lines that, filter my blood.
James spent a month training to be able to dialysize at home. He has it down to a science.
Every day, same thing.
The tubing, the syringes, the blood work, all of it. Even what he says is the hardest thing to do.
I get nervous this part. I don't know why I get nervous.
Each day, this 31-year-old man must pick the scabs off his mangled arms and stick himself with a 15-gauge blunt needle, nearly the size of the point of a pen. His face tells the anguish he feels. Then he and his wife Betsy sit. They sit for 3 hours, 5 days a week while the machine cleans his blood. He hasn't felt healthy in 3 years.
Like I always feel like I don't have any energy. I'm always tired.
James is one of the lucky ones. He doesn't have to go to a hospital or clinic to have dialysis. But 3 years of this gets old.
I don't let it bother me anymore.
Even at home.
It's a hard cross to bear, but it's just, I have no other choice, really. There's nothing else I can do except for it's either this or die.
There is another option, a transplant. He had one at age 24. The kidney started rejecting 4 years later. He has been on dialysis for more than 3 years waiting.
I feel like I'm not living my life right now.
Finally, last fall he was set to get a new kidney. 5 days before the surgery, it was called off. That news was devastating.
If I didn't have my wife and my mom, I probably would give up. Because it wouldn't be worth it. And this is the total fluid.
You see, dialysis, while life-saving, is hard on a body. You can only be on it for so long.
I was kind of on the fence about getting a transplant at one point, and then until my doctor said, I might only live 10 years on it. And I'm like, wow, I've already been on it 3. I couldn't imagine dying at 37. Chopped or cops?
So he and his wife sit, waiting, hoping, wishing for a normal life, to be able to be parents, and praying for another donor to give him his life back.
It would be such a life-changing gift. It would mean so much to James and I. I mean, it's hard to put in words how much of a difference that would mean. It would be life-changing for us.
Unfortunately, James is not alone. As Clyde mentioned, 100,000 people in the U.S., more, on dialysis and waiting. Most of them have to leave their homes 3 or 4 times a week for 4 to 5 hours at a time for dialysis while they wait. Betsy Trent has created a Facebook page about James and kidney donation. We have a link to it on our website, WCPO.com/lifechanger, as well as more information on James, dialysis, and becoming a living kidney donor. Oh, and get this. A man preparing for the Super Bowl is taking a break just to ask people to step forward and become a kidney donor. The Patriots' Tom Brady is making that plea. His mentor needs a kidney. More on that story coming up on World News Tonight with Diane Sawyer. Carol?
Very touching story, Tanya. Thanks.